Dateline YAS MARINA. After 4 races, this championship is getting tighter and tighter. Yasko leads the way, but Ryu is on his heels, and the dominant force from Australia and China returns tonight. It's all set to be a thriller here, and I personally cannot wait. Live and uninterrupted from YAS MARINA, Abu Dhabi. This is round 5 of 15 in Season 5 of Next Gen by Jail. We are all but ready for our qualifying session here. I'm Mr. Storm, joined in the commentary box as always by Tim. And Tim, after a pretty boring T2 race, we've got 12 drivers ready to fight it out for T1 victory. And the grid and the championship in general is looking very, very, very feisty. Bottas is back. Of course, Yasko's leading the championship by a couple of points. Ryu's here as well. This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Surely will be fun. Looking forward to it. Some teams, of course, fielding multiple drivers. Others fielding one driver. Others fielding non-drivers due to unavailability of some drivers.
Well, here's the championship standings coming into this one, and after 4 rounds, Yasko Kirill leads the way, 4th in Australia, 3rd in China, the win in Imola, and then 2nd last week in Brazil. He leads by 7 points from Ryu Zappu in the Pemex car. Bottas is down to 3rd after missing the last 2 races. He has an 100% win record all throughout the season. Lit was the best of the rest driver in 4th. He's back tonight reserving for Europol. Their news came out earlier on this evening that Marcel has retired due to how bad this game is. Raz out is 5th. He's not racing tonight. Ryan is in 6th for Barth. Balbo next, so Dean and Super Speed round out the top 10. Nikon is 11th. Sudsy Marmot, Camo, AFY, Artem, Oscar, Bath Destroyer, Marcel, as mentioned, he's retired. Klimek, Marcus, Liberty, and Sen Manders all have scored points. Constructors Championship, RUF Telecom lead the way after 4 rounds of a win, 2nd place and 3rd place. They're 5 points clear of Pemex and 6 points clear. 5 points clear of Chevrolet and 6 points clear of Pemex. Europol, the best of the rest team, in 4th position. Those 4 teams that fought for the championship last season, all in the top 4 spots this season. Citroen Evian are 5th and 45 points above Yusk Fiat. Able JM, Optus Jeanette, and DHL Audi round out the field. All 10 teams have scored points. Bath Destroyer is the first driver out on track. Let's get it started. Here we go, folks. This is going to be very, very fun indeed. 16 minutes to decide who's going to get a pole position. And we've got a night race, which is fun. It's midnight in Abu Dhabi, so it's midnight here in this race. It's quite beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess.
Well, here comes Bath Destroyer then. We'll see what he's able to do. Showed some promise in last week's race in Brazil, but fell short in the race. Starts his qualifying run. Behind him is the Chevrolet and former championship leader of Bottas. But here comes Bath Destroyer coming up the hill in towards turns number 2, 3, and 4. We'll see what he's able to do as he heads down the hill then towards the first sector split. 7th gear, then rising in towards 8th. First sector split, 17.641. Bottas, on the other hand, sets a 17.615, so a couple of thousand separating these couple of drivers as they both head down the back straight, the long back straight where we saw, of course, Litwa and Marcus tussle in the T2 race earlier on. Down towards turns 6 and 7 comes Bath Destroyer, of course, in that Able JM Motorsports car. Flick it left and flick it right in 2nd and 3rd gear respectively. And then, of course, Bath Destroyer will head down the long back straight through the little kink of turn 8, down towards the middle sector split, where turn 9 immediately awaits him. Let's see what it's going to be at the 2nd interval. 53.251 for Bottas. It's a 52.748, so Bottas is on us. We'll see what he's able to do come more towards the end of his lap. Bath Destroyer in towards the hotel section now. Flick it right, and then of course up towards the double left-hand, the second part of which were Nicholas Latifi crashed in 2021. Bath Destroyer using all the road in the 2 exits, nearly invalidating his lap there in the 2nd corner. Then in towards the double right-hander to finish up a lap of the 16 corner. YAS MARINA circuit, 3rd gear for the final corner, then up towards the line. Comes Bath Destroyer, 1 minute 23.951. But here comes Bottas, 1 minute 22.868. Goes to the top of the standings. What a lap that was, Tim.
No, yeah, this autumn for the time good enough for P3. We've got Balbo.
Balbo, wow! Where did that come from?
Nowhere.
That's incredible from Balbo. He was brilliant last week, but here comes his teammate Ryu Zappu to the line. Ryu Zappu goes into 3rd. So Balbo is the quickest man on track. Here comes Litwa for Europol. Litwa goes into 4th after finishing 2nd in the T2 race. Next on track is Sudsy Marmot. We'll see what he's able to do, but Balbo, out of nowhere, Balbo's on provisional pole position.
I didn't expect that one.
No. Crazy to think how Balbo's resurgence has come about in the last couple of weeks. What can Sudsy Marmot do? He's coming up towards the line now, slots himself into 8th position with 1 minute 24.292. And then next up into the line is Nikon, of course. Nikon's qualifying improved quite a bit in Brazil last week, had a very poor race, so up towards the line, goes into 5th position, not the worst lap for him. 3 drivers still yet to set lap times. Marcus, of course, the T2 winner, AFY, the Season 1 champion, and the 2-time reigning and defending champion, Jasko Kirill, who of course finished 2nd last week. And speaking of Jasko, he's coming out on track now.
Let's see what he can do in one lap time. Of course, we'll see him starting his lap.
Very big hopes for, of course, Jasko. Of course, he's leading the championship now. He's, of course, searching for that 3rd world title after moving teams in the off-season. He's just been the dominant, ever-present force of this league. And he's happy on whatever game he gets. We'll see if he's able to grab provisional pole position or whether he'll crash like he's done in 2 races so far this season.
Yeah, and of course this season makes a big difference, as this season he's actually able to challenge for the championship because he's got a competitive teammate who consistently is there and scores points.
Considering RUF Telecom Arcot's top of the constructors' standings, I'm not going to argue with you there, but considering as Nikon's had a very poor start to the season, he really needs to pick up the pace, you'd like to think.
Yeah, of course we've got like a Pemex who is going absolutely great now.
Pemex are going places. Chevrolet have struggled with driver inconsistencies all season. They should probably be in the lead of the championship, but they're obviously not. We'll see if RUF Telecom are able to extend their gap, or whether Pemex will come back to the 4 this weekend. Bob on provisional pole position with 11 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. Marcus and Jasko out onto the track. Jasko is going to start his first qualifying run of the session. We'll see what he is able to do. Flick it right for turn number 16. Use all the traction on the way out and across the line to start your first flying run. We'll see what Jasko is able to do. Of course, the champion in the last 2 seasons, looking to defend his crown once again. Through turn 1 and then up the hill and towards turns 2, 3, and then through that little kink of 4 with a little patch of grass as a turn 3 have come out of the grass itself. First sector split 17.432 for Jasko compared to Balbo's first run. That is just about quicker. It's very, very close though, only a few thousandths between these two, who of course had the little battle in Brazil last week. 7,000 separated them in the first sector. Jasko heading down towards turns number 6 and 7, dropping it all the way from 8th gear down to 3rd. Flick it left and flick it right. Big kick of oversteer for Jasko as he comes out on towards the back straight. We'll see what he is able to do in the middle sector, whether he'll be quicker than not. Down Bob, a middle sector split 52.617, 35.184. He's 2 cents quicker than Balbo, but just around the same time as Bottas, who of course needs a little bit more time to go back to the top of the timesheets. In towards the final sector and into towards this last part of the lap comes the 2-time champion Jasko Kirill. Double left-hander, no problems there, using all the road in the exit, using every inch of road, and then into the double right-hander to finish off the lap. What is it going to be for Jasko Kirill in the RUF Telecom car? Will it be enough to take him to the top of the timesheets? No! And misses out by 6 thousandths of a second, and Balba remains on top. This is an upset, Tim.
Certainly. Balba looks to be just about ahead, of course.
And if Balbo can sort out his middle sector, then Balbo might be on for pole position here. You never know. The top 3 separated by 33 thousandths of a second. Ryu Zapu also in the mix as well, between the 4 quickest drivers at this point of the season in this league. Bottas is on a second flying run. We'll focus on him now, but he has backed out of it. Jasko, of course, on an in lap, so we will focus now on Ryu Zapu, and Tim is going to take you through his lap here.
He'll just is a couple of corners away from starting his lap here. And to be honest, he's a driver who's looking good. Of course, his team just 1 point off P2 in the standings, and himself, he's only 7 points off the leading championship. He wants to get ahead of Jasko here to get closer and even ahead in the championship. He wants to qualify ahead to have a bigger chance to finish ahead, of course, and the extra point for pole position would be helpful as well.
First sector split was 1,000th of a second up on his personal best, which was, of course, his first run. Balbo is also in a flying run. He's 37,000th of a second up. We'll focus on his teammate, though, for now. Ryu Zappi flicking it through 6 and 7 up towards that middle sector split now. What have you noticed so far about this lap, Tim? It has been smooth enough.
I'd say it's solid. I mean, we know he can pull something off late on in the lap, but he does need to improve quite a bit, and he doesn't get there quite. I mean, he's 3/10 off, so.
Balbo has bailed out of his flying run, so Balbo will go again. So we'll see what Ryu is able to do in this final sector. Coming up toward, I don't know who that is. That's Marcus. He's just gone past Marcus. So Ryu Zappi coming into that double right-hander to finish off this lap. He's currently 4th. Will he be able to improve his position on the grid at all? Using all the road and the exit. Small slide up to the line. Stays in 4th. And that's
close,
not that promising for Ryu.
Yeah, he does get closer, but still not close enough.
No.
In the meantime,
see what
we've
Balbo's
got
able to
Balbo,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is he able to? I think.
Well, as mentioned, he did bail out of his lap, so he will go again. So we'll see what Balbo is able to do on this next flying run. 6,000 clear of Yasko. Bottas is also in another outlap. Bottas bailed out of one of his last runs as well. He is behind Litwa on the back straight, but we will focus on Balbo here and whether he will be improving in this qualifying run. First sector split, 40,000th of a second down. That's a net loss in that run he bailed out of just about a minute and a half ago. Coming down the first of the 2 long straights, activates the DRS using 45% of his battery remaining. What will Balbo be able to pull out of the hat, if anything? Has he already used up his one trick so far this evening? It will be historic if he did manage to get pole position. We'll see if he's able to pull it off, though, through the first chicane, I should say. And then activating the DRS, he will get a little bit of a tow from his teammate. And Ryu Zappu does the teamwork game quite a lot, helps his teammate, and Balbo finds a 10th and a half in that middle sector. And what has Balbo planned here? This is absolutely incredible, Tim.
Yeah, certainly. He's absolutely flying left, right, and centre.
Well, his final sector was what got him provisional pole position in the first place, and if he improves on it, it might be a very hard ordeal to get back in front of him. Just a little bit of a mistake through turn number 14, then in towards 15, then one last right turn of the steering wheel into 16, slightly wide. Using all the road and the exit isn't enough to improve for Balbo. Yes, it is, by 0.2 of a second. Yeah, and Balbo might just be cooking, you never know.
Let's not take a look at Emil here. He started his lap.
And he's found 2 tenths already in that first sector, and another little bit of an improvement might be enough to take him to the top of the timesheets. Of course, he is looking to get back into the lead of the championship. Well, can he do it? No, he can't do it this weekend, of course. He has missed out in the last couple of races. To last Grand Prix, of course, he was away in his cottage, and we hope he had a great time. Bottas coming up towards that middle sector split now. It is an improvement of 2 and a bit tenths. Still wouldn't be enough to get to the top of the timesheets. It will be very, very close between the Pemex driver and the Chevrolet ever-present, of course, the Season 2 champion. We'll see what he's able to do in that final sector. Lovely run through the first part, and Balbo did have a small mistake at this exact corner, so we'll see if Bottas is able to capitalize using all the road on the exit, then flicking it right, and then right again for the last 2 corners on the track up towards the line. What is it going to be for Bottas? Will it send him to the top of the timesheets? The answer is yes, and he's absolutely blitzed Balbo's lap. He does a weave. He's very happy with himself, and he has every right to be. Bottas to the top of the timesheets. It's on provisional pole position with 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Laying down a marker, Tim.
Yeah, certainly. Now let's see who's next.
Sudsy Marmot. But he's invalidated his lap, so it's Nexo. Nexo is down a little bit in the middle sector, but of course he can still find some time. Only 4 drivers in the 1 minute 22s, which says quite a lot, and if Bottas finds even more time as Nexo invalidates his lap, he might be in the 1 minute 21s. It would be very interesting to see. Of course, the pole lap record around this track, a 1 minute 22.109 from the 2021 qualifying session. We'll see if anyone's able to break that. And as was mentioned so many times in the T2 stream, pole is so important around this track. We are ready to get into the last bit of qualifying for this race. Next gen by JL, the T1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're into the squeaky bum part of qualifying.
And Nikon just started his lap. He's all the way down in 9.
He had a decent enough first run. There was a little bit of time to be found, and if he does find a lot of time, he could potentially get into 5th on the grid. So take us through it, Tim. He's actually found quite a
Yeah.
lot of time in the first sector, to be fair.
Yeah, let's see what he can pull off there.
Dan, the first straight, activates the DRS using a little bit off his battery, using quite a lot of his battery, I should say. Stopping it when it got to 33%, heading down towards the chicane of turns 6 and 7. Flick it left and flick it right, but he's locked up and has ran wide through 6. That'll compromise him through 7. He will obviously have lost a little bit of time. Hopefully it won't be too catastrophic towards his lap. Of course, Nikon isn't known for his qualifying pace, more so for his race pace. Middle sector split, 3.5 tenths up. So Nikon, of course, as was mentioned, might have a little bit left in the locker. AFY is also on a flying run. He's coming through turns number 2 and 3 now. We'll focus on him after Nikon's done. Into the last sector comes the man in the RUF Telecom car. Flick it left twice, of course. Alba had a great run here, but Bottas does a little bit better. Nikon struggling though. And then we'll of course head into the final double right-hander of turns 15 and 16 to finish off this lap. What is it going to be for the RUF Telecom man? Up towards the line, it's 5th position, but only by a 10th. Over to AFY, Tim. First lap of this session for him.
Yeah, and his only lap likely.
Should be, 100% his only lap. And AFY has come up with this strategy to not do many qualifying runs. Middle sector split, 53.721. So this is probably going to be a lap that puts him down towards the lower end of the grid. Balbo, Yasko and Ryu all out on outlaps now towards the end of the session. At the moment, Ryu is the best place, so maybe Ryu could help Balbo should he be able, or should he not be able, to fight for pole position. So Ryu will be in the prime position to go first and to try and get that pole position lap. Let's focus back on AFY as he comes in through the final corner now here at Abu Dhabi. Up towards the line, he goes dead last. 4 minutes 24.689. Over to Ryu Zappu, and this is where things could get very interesting in this qualifying session. Who's going to take it, Tim? 90 seconds to go.
I'd say it will in the end be Emil.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Bottas for Tim, Bottas probably for me. Both Pemex is waiting, actually. I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish here, but Yasko will instead be the first driver, it looks like. And it's almost like the Pemexes are going to work together here. Ryu instead's going to go last. We're going to focus on Yasko first, but because there's such a constricted little gap, we're going to be focusing technically on all 3 of them at the same time. Yasko runs slightly wide out of turn 1, but manages to keep within track limits. That was crucial, because he wouldn't have got time to go back around again. First sector split for the RUF Telecom man. We have a Pemex off. Ryu Zappu has gone off the track. So Ryu Zappu will not be fighting for pole. Yasko is up. Balbo instead has set a purple first sector. Balbo 17.3. He's quicker than Bottas in that first sector. But we'll go back to Yasko as they both head down the back straight. Of course, Balbo will have a little bit of slipstream, it looks like, on Marcus maybe. It might be very limited, but we'll see what he is, if he's able to use that to his advantage. Small lockup coming through turn number 6, and of course he had that toe on his last run. Here comes Yasko down towards that middle sector split, though. What is he able to do, if anything? Will he be able to improve on his time? The answer is no. He's nearly 2 tenths down. Balbo, we'll see what he's doing now. I'm just going to check that. Balbo is improving, but not by enough. It's not his quickest middle sector, of course due to that toe, but it is positive enough. Lovely run through the start of the hotel section here. Session is now over. Bottas is 21,000 up in the first sector, but here comes Yasko up towards the line. He wasn't improving in the middle sector. Will it be enough to improve his grid spot whatsoever? Here comes the reigning world champion. Stays in third, doesn't improve. Balbo pits. So it's Bottas's. And Bottas has pole.
Surely yes, Bowman. Someone else has to pull off something magical. Will he not get it?
Well, Nikon's not improving. Nikon doesn't improve. Here comes Litwit to the line. Litwit might be able to get 6th position. We'll see what he's able to do. Litwit does go 6th. 1 minute 23.189. Next up to the line is Bath Destroyer in the Able JM car. Not great qualifying for him. He goes into 10th. Artem Lizov coming around turn 9 now. Ryu, of course, crosses the line despondent. Bottas doesn't really need to improve. He is a 10th up, though. And it looks like it is going to be yet another pole position for the man who has dominated this championship. In every race he's been in, up towards the line. What's it going to be? 1 minute 22.356. To solidify that pole position, here comes Artem Lizov coming into towards that final corner. It doesn't look like it's going to be very significant for him. He misses out by 87 thousandths of a second from Nikon. but for yet another time this season, Bottas is on pole position, Tim. Scintillating stuff. Great qualifying, I have to
Certainly.
say. Very. Qualifying order, though, Bottas on pole by 2 and a bit tenths of a second from Balbo in second. Balbo continuing his fantastic run of form on the front row. Yasko and Ryu are on row 2, third and fourth. Maybe they'll battle like they did last week. Marcus Litwin, Nikon Artem, Nexo and Bath Destroyer round out the grid with Sudsy Marmot and AFY 11th and 12th at the very back. It promises to be an absolutely amazing Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And of course, it is live and uninterrupted, and it's next.
Who do you think will... A quick early race prediction, who do you think will get there in the end?
Oh, Bottas is disconnected early on. I say it's too hard. It's too close to call. We'll see what happens in the opening lap. So Bottas will have to be invited immediately. Well, I can't really do that even yet, so he will be in AI for a little bit of the formation lap. So whether you're just joining us, I say it every week, where the hell have you been for the qualifying sessions? Because you miss out on some great action. The gaps in T2 might be closer, but the action in T1 is certainly edge of the seat stuff, and we are ready to go for the formation lap for the 5th race of the season. After this, we are a third of the way through the championship, 10 rounds to go after this one. Still a very long way to go, granted, but anything could still happen tonight. Let's see what compounded grid is starting on. It is a wide range of tyres, not... because 10 drivers are on the mediums and 2 are on the hards. We'll run it through. 1st to 5th on the mediums, Litwiz the odd one out, and 6th on the hards along with Artem in 8th. The rest of the field on the medium compound tyre. What does that say to you, Tim?
I would say that Litwa and Artem will try to out-strategize the rest.
See what happens. This promises to be an absolute golden Grand Prix. I would love it. I would absolutely love it if this one turned out to be the best of the season, because it has the potential to be the best of the season. But then again, every race has the potential to be the best of the season, and then it'll either fall flat like the T2 race, or it'll just be the best race of the season. It'll be very hard to topple the opening races, and of course last week in Brazil, because that was very fun. So Tim, your prediction for the win. I'll throw it back to you.
Like you said, it's a hard... What's that strategy? Wait, I just got the possible strategies. Medium hard or medium hard? Who the fuck came up with that?
Well, who would go medium hard anyway? That's just a stupid decision.
Yeah, if you'd stop again, you do like medium soft
Look
hard
at
or something.
AFI. Look how far back AFI is. I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish there.
Getting a penalty.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what he's trying. And I think
Anyway,
the stewards will
Bottas is
happily give him one.
Well, Bottas is back in the lobby. Balbo is on the front row alongside him. Yasko third, Ryu fourth. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse occupying the top 4 spots on the grid. This is surely going to be a brilliant race. And they line up in formation at the end of the formation lap. Bottas is back. Bottas is raring to go. Bottas is ready to light this world on fire once again. Balbo second. Yasko third, Ryu fourth. The rest of the grid ready to form. Will it be Bottas's night in Abu Dhabi just as it was in Australia and China? Will it be Balbo's for the first time? Will it be Yasko's for the second time? Or will it be Ryu just like last week to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights for the 5th round of the season? We're underway in Abu Dhabi. It looks like it's a great launch from Bottas. Fantastic launch from him. Balbo is second and should hold on to that place into turn 1. But Bottas has absolutely legged it. He gets the whole shot into turn 1. Bottas is immediately disconnected after saying that, though. So Bottas is immediately going to be under a serious amount of pressure. Balbo second. Yasko third. Ryu fourth. As you were for the top 4. Marcus is 5th with Litwit in 6th position. Not much chaos. in the opening stages of this race. Will Bulba be able to get past Bottas's AI before he rejoins into the race? We'll see what happens. Bulba, of course, will tow him down the back straight, but Bottas is just about holding on for now. Yasko is third with Ryu fourth. Couple of position changes through the field. Nikon has dropped down all the way down to 12th. Nikon's rotten season continues, but Bottas leads. Bulba dies up the inside though, and a non-AI car leads. Bottas's AI tried to fight back, but Bulba holds on. And we have a yellow flag because there's been a couple of cars collision there at the back of the field. Bath Destroyer and Sudsy Marmot have been involved. But now, Ryu and Yasko both go past Bottas's AI. Oh dear. And he is falling very far down the field, Tim.
Certainly. There's lit one now, easy move as well.
Bottas falling all the way down to 6th position here. We'll see if he can get back into the lobby. But Bulba has pulled out a second lead on his teammate in the opening lap of this race. It's a Pemex 1-2, would you believe it or not, and Bulba leads the way. Yellow flag because Bath Destroyer's around, Bath Destroyer's in the wall, and we have a virtual safety car early on. And apparently Bottas said a 1 minute 2.892. I doubt that. It actually says he said a 1 minute 2.892. How fantastic. So we have an early virtual safety car, but Tim, the perfect start for Pemex.
Yeah, both Mammoth and Bath Destroyer diving into the pits.
See when we get back to green flag racing, of course Sudsy Marmot and Bath Destroyer will be heavily affected by that, not being able to catch up to a safety car.
Bath Destroyer needs new front wing as well.
Yeah. Interesting enough, Marcus has actually had a good start. Marcus is up to 4th position. Just taking a look at the position changes. Bottas is, of course, down 5 places. AFY is up 4. The Pemex is, of course, up a spot. Nearly ready to go racing. DRS enabled, and we're back underway here at the YAS Marina circuit. Yasko has actually gained quite a little bit of time on Ryu on that VSC restart, with the Pemexes control the field. They are 1 and 2 with Bulbo from Ryu from Yasko. Marcus and Bottas fighting for that last podium spot, as Bottas has already made his way back up to 5th position.
Not that
interesting, a dramatic start.
Tire advantage, pace advantage as well, to be honest. I mean, Litwa is at T2, he leads tier 2, but he's a tier 2 driver after all.
But he is getting good points for Europol, and I think that's what Exceed's going to be very happy about at this stage of the season, until his drivers can actually permanently come back and race. Of course, Oscar is on a little bit of a tour of the world. There's a front wing end plate that's flown off there, I think. As Yaska's had a massive moment coming out of turn 1 and leading into turn 2, which might allow Marcus to try something coming down in towards turn 5. You never know, as Bottas is also very close to the back of him in turn. The Pemex is still lead 1-2. AFY has gone around. AFY has spun. He's down to the back of the front train. But now look at Ryu Zappu. Will he try to get past his teammate? Will Bulbo defend it? It doesn't look like it. Bulbo will instead be the one who defends from Yasko, Marcus and Bottas. Here comes Bottas as well. Bottas gets into 4th and is back where he was, really, in that front 4 train. Slight bit of contact with, of course, his championship rival the last 3 seasons too, in Yasko Kirill.
Yeah, to be honest, both Marcus and Litwa, of course, fighting there.
Bulbo's coming back at Ryu here, so there appears to be no team orders going on at Pemex here. Of course, Ryu owns the team, so Ryu could call the shots here, but maybe they're just trying a nice little way of backing drivers into each other, and they're using teamwork to win the race. That would be very interesting.
Yeah, if they can pull off a 1-2 like that.
It'd be very interesting to see how they work with, of course, pit stops. You'd rather be in this position come the end of the race than the opening 4 laps.
I mean,
we
don't double stacking here most of the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
In their
as well,
disadvantage. So, because
there's no
I don't know,
real...
EA just doesn't let us set the pit boxes because you know, good feature, so they won't add it.
Yeah, there's no real negative for them in a sense, if you'd like to think about it that way. But Bottas is on the charge. Bottas disconnected on the opening lap, as he did before the formation lap even started. We'll see if he's able to get back into the fight for the lead. Ryu, we've got a virtual safety car. I'm not sure for what, because AFY's gone off the track and has got a puncture. AFY
and he's driving
oh, wow. What on
the
earth is happening?
hell? It's got a really bad puncture or something. I don't know.
That puncture has completely destroyed the car, and if that were realistic, he'd be out of the race. look at him go. He's literally mounted. He's driving with 2 wheels. Oh, he's spun. He's spun. He's around. Oh, wow.
He's not getting much control. Realistically, surely he has floor damage.
Oh, he spun again. Oh, realistically, he should be out of the race if this were real life, but he has no control over that car whatsoever. I'm not sure how he picked up a puncture and losing his entire front wing. And he's going to get lapped.
And he should probably pit.
Yeah, you'd like to think he would pit.
And honestly, unless he's got like...
Oh, can he hold a Tokyo Drift?
Unless he, for some reason, doesn't have any like massive damage, surely he'll not be able to complete
this race. He's spun coming into the pit. He's spun coming into the pit lane. The green flag is back out. We are racing once again. Back to the battle at the front, disregarding someone's immense misfortune. He's struggling to get it into the pits. He's in there now, though, and we are back where we started, with Balbo leading, Ryu second, Yasko third, and Balbo in 4th position. The 4 horsemen of the next-gen apocalypse trying to see who is going to win the 5th race off the season. They are all separated by the slender margin of 0.7 of a second. I really think you could throw a pillowcase or a duvet over them. Balbo's still leading, but Ryu might well just get past. This Pemex teamwork is simply sensational. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Here comes Yasko. He'll also use the slipstream of Balbo to try and get into 2nd position. Can't do that. Bottas can't get into 3rd either. Bottas goes into the back of Yasko. Balbo goes into the back of his teammate. Down the back straight they go once again. Will Balbo get past his teammate like he did a couple of laps ago? It doesn't look like he will, but Bottas is going to go right around the outside of Yasko to get into P3, then overshoot the corner and let Yasko get back past on the inside. He's actually held onto it as well, which is even more impressive. We've got a 5, maybe 6-way fight for the win. What a Grand Prix so far, Tim.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we've got Marcus isn't really challenging anyone, but he's just lifting.
He's there. He's there.
He's just using them to stay in the top, to stay there.
Marcus is doing the ultimate job of existing at the moment, and so is Litwa, to be fair. They are all separated by 2 seconds. Brilliant. We're on lap 6 of 29 here, and already it's probably been one of the most dramatic starts to a race this season. Tim, how would you score it so far? It's probably quite early to say that, but still.
It's quite early to say that indeed, but... honestly, I think it's been quite decent, and we've got overtakes for the lead, although they've not been that exciting due to DRS overtakes.
Well, Balbo, oh, Balbo, wow, that was very interesting from Balbo. He backed out of it and then kind of went to the inside, maybe to throw his teammate off. I'm not sure what he was trying to attempt there, but now look how close Bottas is. He doesn't get close enough though, and I'm not sure whether that's just a problem of slipstream or setup, but Bottas missed a massive opportunity there.
Yeah, I think Bottas just has a slower car on the straight.
But he's definitely able to hook it up in the corners, which is what Balbo was able to do in qualifying, but to a lesser extent.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a track where your best opportunity to overtake is the DRS on the long straight.
Absolutely, AFY has... no, not AFY, Bath Destroyer has spun at turn 5. But look how close this train is at the front of the field. 6 drivers separated by 2.2 seconds. We got very close to Marcus at a turn 16 as we start lap number 7 of 29 in the next gen by JL T1 race, I should say.
Yeah, I was about to say T2 we already had.
We already had T2. I was thinking of Litwin, just like random T2
yeah,
race.
that's Lit was looking at a bit, but
Litwa's been very impressive so far. Artem Lizov picks up the first time penalty of the race. 3 seconds for multiple warnings. But now look at the battle we have at the front.
There's a lot of momentum now there for Emil, but again, just too far away to make a move.
Ryu struggling through turn 6 there, and look how close the front three are there. Bottas giving Balbo a little bit of a love tap there. Down the back straight they come, and this might be Bottas again. And maybe even Balbo's best chance to get into the lead. Bottas right around the outside, and Bottas leads. Oh, wow, they're off. They've held us. They have held us. But crucially, they've held us.
Jasko's sweeping through that, trying to take a position there. But I think
how on earth have they held that, Tim?
I think Bottas. I think Jasko tried a move on Ryu, but I think they made some slight contact because all of a sudden he did
Safety car deployed because I believe that is Bath Destroyer. Bath Destroyer's lost his entire front wing for the first safety car of the race. And Bulbo pits, Bottas pits, Ryu pits, Jasko pits, Marcus pits, Litwa stays out.
Interesting, different strategy. Only one of the top 6, they were all quite close together. Of course, now the big question is, will someone have a double stack disadvantage? And it is Bottas. Bottas has a massive double stack disadvantage because he has to wait for a car to get into the pit box and then wait for the car to get out of his pit box. He's dropped
So
to
Bulbo,
6th.
so the Pemexes are doing well, and Marcus has jumped Bottas while Jasko remains in 4th position. So Litwa has actually lapped the safety car.
What?
Litwa has lapped the safety car. Litwa has gone in front of the safety car.
Right before the safety car line.
Yeah.
Oh, the safety car wasn't on the safety car line yet, so he could...
So they're gonna have to go around again, and then Litwa will catch up to the safety car. So this actually allows AF.
That's just... That is basically like the... You know, it reminds me of the Lando Norris Miami thing.
Yeah.
Where he just about beat the safety car to the safety car line.
And I saw Litwa slowing down as well, but the safety car just went too slow for him. So we're gonna have to go around another lap again before we even get to the safety car, which actually helps Litwa because he might be able to pit.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. You lose around 22 seconds in the boxes, so he's probably going to be down in 6th, which isn't the worst case scenario for him. Will he decide to pit though? That's the big question. Of course, he was one of the only drivers that started on the hard compound tyre, so I doubt he will pit. He looks to pit.
This safety car will take a long time because we'll see Bot Destroy coming out like a couple of corners ahead of Litwa.
Yeah.
So he'll need to overtake the safety car, put down another whole lap. So this safety car will probably take a bit longer than a normal safety car would.
I suppose it adds to the fun, I suppose, in a sense.
I mean, of course it already takes longer because Litwa basically missed the safety car. Like, you know, he missed the bus, but this time he missed the safety car.
Litwa has literally missed the bus, but he has caught the bus now. He's either ran or drove very quickly to catch the bus.
Yeah, the thing
and
is...
he is behind the bus.
What I just realized is this safety car comes quite good for Bot Destroyer and I think bad for AFI because Bot Destroyer was the only one who's slightly close to AFI, but...
Yeah.
Now, yeah, of course AFI will get there, but he now will be, I think, almost a lap down. He's basically one position away then from being a lap down to Bot Destroyer, instead of being like half a lap ahead of half a lap down on Bot Destroyer, just almost a full lap.
So the highlights of this race are the massive fight for the win. AFY just going on rails, I suppose, with his puncture and damage. And a couple of guys deciding that they're not actually in Abu Dhabi, but they're instead in Japan and just deciding to Tokyo drift it around turn 9. It's been a fun race.
Yeah.
Like, I can't fault it in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, it's been a good race, I'd say.
Bottas can certainly fault it for his slight connection issues at the start.
I just realized Nexo got ahead of Alten.
He did, yeah.
I think during the pit stops.
So lap 10 of 29 begins for some. AFY's on lap 8. Bath Destroyer's on lap 9. So we're kind of... it's convoluted.
I don't think that the game has lapped cars may overtake the safety car, does it?
No.
It's a missed opportunity.
Litwa says himself he's messed up by the safety car, but why didn't you piss? Or if he's talking about what actually happened with him and the safety car, fair enough. Maybe because he's on the hards. But to be fair, there's only around 8 laps of difference.
Yeah, I mean...
If he held on to this, then that would be incredible.
I doubt it, though. To be honest, I think he probably should have, when he got ahead of the safety car, just go as quick as he was allowed to go, and then just pits, because now he's got a tire disadvantage of 7 laps. That will bite him now, that will bite him later on. It's a short-term and a long-term bad strategy call. Even though he'd probably like lose 1 or 2 positions, but even if he'd lose like 1 or 2 positions due to him pitting 1 lap later, he'd probably lose way more now.
And there's no real point in pitting now. Bottas himself is questioning what exactly happened at turn 9. I'm not too sure. Like, I genuinely don't know. Like, I'm baffled by it. So, AFY is on lap 9 and is at the back of the field. Bath Destroyer now has to make his way around a couple of corners, so he should be getting back underway on lap 12. Hopefully. Hypothetically. Probably. I don't know. This is even worse than some questionable strategy choices last week, if you remember, Tim. That drove me insane.
What?
You remember last week we had the strange strategy choices
Klimek.
from a couple of drivers? Yes, Klimek, my favourite driver now.
Yeah.
Because he's just so smart, and he kind of made my brain happy.
Bro got high.
I'll never recover from that.
Bro got
brain
high
cells.
of a fucking weird strategy or something.
I lost brain cells watching that race. Genuinely. Like, I'm stupid. I am worse off than I am, and I'd like to think I'm intelligent enough. Like, I'm not dumb in any sense of the word, but I feel dumb after watching that race back.
I mean, if like, you know, you could always ask one of these drivers to like make your brain even lose more cells.
But I don't think it's worth doing it twice in 2 weeks. Personally. It might be fun for the innocent bystander, but for the person who's actually in the fire of it, it's not that fun. Tim, please don't write in chat, just kill my brain. Please don't.
What do you think I'm writing in chat?
I don't know, I'm scared to see what you are writing. We'll see, we'll see.
It's nothing scary at all.
Well, I'm gonna read the message out, so let's hope there's no expletives in it.
No.
Let's hope there's no expletives in it.
Yeah, but now I need to rethink. I was just gonna reply to someone, but now I need to rethink what I'll send.
Safety car in this lap, so we are going to go ready to racing again. As was predicted, we will restart on lap 12 of 29 after a pretty hectic opening half, and we're still not even at the end of the opening half of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Litwa leads. It's a Pemex 2-3, with Yasko in 4th, Marcus in 5th, and Bottas in 6th. This might just be the craziest thing ever. Apparently Exceed says Tim is typing out the recipe for a certain thing that Walter White likes. Just to clear it up, I'm not Heisenberg. But Litwa might be Heisenberg. Because he might be about to cook the most incredible defense you are ever likely to see. Someone go on full wets to Painstorm. Do not do that. Litwa's leaving an awful way late. But Litwa, also known as Walter White, is ready to cook on this restart. He slides out of the final corner, we're ready to go, and Bobo might just overtake him into turn 1.
What was that
Can
restart? The restart was the worst one I've ever seen in all life.
yeah. Litwa has held on for a corner and then has lost the lead. And then it's got into the back of Bobo. So Bobo leads the race, Litwa's second, Ryu third, and the top 5 are separated by about 0.3 of a second as we come down towards turn 5. Here comes Litwa up the inside. Litwa leads again. Bobo makes contact with him. Bobo gets the drive on the outside of the corner. Here comes Bottas. He's past Ryu. Yasko's down to 7. What on earth is going on? What a race!
To be honest, Litwa's recovery is good for someone who basically spun during the restart almost.
Look at Bottas coming out of nowhere! Contact everywhere!
Chaos.
Bottas came in like an actual wrecking ball there, but what's happened to Yasko? He's down to P6. Marcus is also in this. Here comes Bottas around the outside. He leads the race. What a Grand Prix. I'm going absolutely insane again, but for all the right reasons. Bobo's got past Litwa, and Ryu has fallen down to 5th.
Litwa's not giving
Litwa's up the inside. Marcus has passed Bob when they made contact! And Marcus has fallen down. Oh no!
It ends in
Oh
pain for
dear
Rizzato.
God. Oh, I apologise for going absolutely crazy there, but what a oh, my voice is cracking and all. What a restart.
That was his voice.
What a restart this has been. Followed by a voice crack that is just pubescent to the absolute core. Lap 13 of 29. My voice is going to try and recover.
There goes Balbo down the inside.
Balbo, stop it. This is getting ridiculous. Super Peter's saying I'm going to break my mic. I figured I'm going to break my vocal cords because Bottas now suddenly leads by 2.5 seconds. Marcus has got past Lit with 2.
Lit was falling down the order now.
As was expected, to be fair, with Lit was
he
considerably older,
held
harder
on for
tires.
3 laps there before, or 2, I think it was 2. 2 for 2, like 2 laps there onto P2 there. First P1, now P2. This Marcus goes on Balbo. What was that?
What is happening?
Will Marcus go for a double victory here or something?
This is the craziest race since the ending of Toon 50. If you know, you know. Oh my word. Good golly gosh. What a Grand Prix. Lap 13 of 29, it's only getting started. Bottas, though, has slightly restored a bit of normality to the order. He's 2 seconds in front of Marcus.
I just realized that AFY isn't led by every car anymore.
Yeah.
Because Ryu is now behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryu is now very much struggling.
Not that strange.
No, of course, after what happened. In arguably the craziest race, that was the
all over Litva now.
That was the craziest restart to a race I've ever seen in this league. Considering it's the first, Nexo makes the move on Litwa, but considering this is the first time we've been back in here since the redacted season 0. Look at BAFTA now. BAFTA is fighting up for Litwa, but seeing as this is the first time we've been here since the redacted race in season 0, this has arguably been the best race of the season so far. BAFTA Yasko. Okay, Yasko's gone from 7th to 5th in the space of about 1.5 seconds. And now he's going to fight Nexo for P4 and then fight Balbo for P3. And oh my word, my brain cannot handle this race whatsoever. So let's see, Marmot's gone past Nikon. And here comes Ryu Zappu, who's also closing up in this battle. Basically, everyone's having a battle. What on earth is going on? I love this league.
Honestly, it's just been absolutely crazy, yeah.
I think that entire restart lap is going to get clipped and put up on all the social media websites.
If I remember to do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who else would do it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've got a sort of clip of it of Sen.
Yeah, thank you very much, Zen Manders. I can't really control my enthusiasm. I don't think many people told Murray Walker to control his enthusiasm, but I'm not Murray Walker, so any criticism is of course guaranteed.
Told Murray Walker to stop his enthusiasm, but probably.
Well, no, Tim. Well, yeah, you weren't alive. You weren't alive, Tim. That would be very true.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue.
Although to be fair, you were definitely alive in 2007.
I was, yeah. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you were definitely alive in 2007 when, of course, Murray Walker did the commentary for BBC Radio 5 Live for the 2007 European Grand Prix. But he had retired full-time in 2001, so... We're going to calm it down a little bit, though. I'm going to go back to my slightly calm, elegant voice. If anything.
What's the good news for you in the Discord? Your purple is back.
Oh.
There's Balbo now ahead of Marcus. And Nexo getting.
Wait, did I get fired? No, I didn't get fired from the FIA.
I just put the purple above the blue.
I like that blue more. That blue is cooler.
Nah, it's too dark.
Yeah, fair enough, I suppose.
The purple is like purple, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Next gen
I understand.
purple.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, we're having an incredible battle for P5 at the moment. Marcus still hasn't been able to get past Balbo, but Balbo is 2.5 seconds behind Bottas for the lead of the race. We are past the halfway stage of the Grand Prix, and maybe things are going to start to settle down. Now, I do say that.
Big train there.
Yeah, I do, and we have a spin. AFY has spun. AFY spun on his completely own accord.
And Satsumama is on the track. He rejoins. Bit side by side action now. Rio, in the meantime, up to 9. I didn't even notice he got all the way up to P9.
Yeah, Ryu is on the charge once again. Bath Destroyer, Artem, and Nexo all fighting for that one real piece of track. This is like the most insane NASCAR race you're ever going to watch, but it's instead with Formula 1 cars. Petition to get us racing around Talladega.
To be honest, we should just do NASCAR with this league.
Yeah. Litwa goes up the inside of 2 people in the one corner and then falls back down a place again. Bath Destroyer's back up to 7th and Ryu's into 9th. Marcus has got past Bulba for P2, so Marcus making up a place there. But Bottas at the front has absolutely legged it. Artem is 5th, Nexo is in 6th, and then Nexo's going back for that move on Artem. Litwa gets past Sudsy Marmot, Ryu's got past Bath Destroyer, and Artem and Nexo are trading positions once again. Whew. I'm struggling to comprehend this. A little bit of help, Tim.
Arrow 404 page not found.
Ryu's got past Artem Lizov, so Ryu's gone from about 11th to 6th in the space of a lap and a half. So maybe this comeback drive might just happen.
Oh, that's
Nikon picks up the 3-second time penalty. Artem, yeah, down in 11th.
Well, that's
so
one driver less in the train.
Yeah, I was about to say we've lost a driver from the battle, which might make it a little less chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, there's a gap in the battle now, isn't it? Oh, in the meantime, Balbo again. I don't know what's happening. They're just switching around with the DRS.
Yeah, but here comes Marcus again. He won't be able to get DRS on Bulba, so Bulba should just about stay in front.
He's just slipstreaming in.
Yeah, and he's got the inside line. Maybe he'll send it. He doesn't. He holds on to 3rd place for now, but he will have DRS for turn 9. We'll come back to that battle in a minute. Ryu Zap is up to P5, and Ryu's miraculous recovery is now complete. Yasko, in the meanwhile, though. Yasko must have picked up damage because he's not closing up really to Marcus and Bulba. Potentially that's because they have a DRS train them between themselves.
Yeah, that probably helps.
Here comes Bath Destroyer Nexo, whether he'll be able to make the move or not, that's unknown. It doesn't look like he will be able to. And finally things have calmed down a bit, and we're back to the not very stressful Next Gen by JLT1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I do apologise if anyone's eardrums have been blown out of their skull tonight. I'm not normally like this if you're watching for the first time. But some things are just very, very interesting and have to be covered with a certain bit of enthusiasm. The extent that I might be making people deaf, maybe not, but still. I'm sure you understand. Nikon's gone past Litwa. Litwa's now pissed. Litwa's got a 3-second time penalty for cutting on the grass coming into the pits. So Litwa will make a stop, and Litwa will of course go on to probably the medium compound tyres until the end. He was kind of ruined though with that safety car.
Yeah, certainly.
Artem Lizov has got a time penalty for the exact same reason. Who actually thinks it's a good idea to cut the grass coming into the pit lane and get a penalty? That's just quite strange. Back to the battle for P2, Balbo and Marcus racing it out between each other, slugging it out between the two of them for P2. Marcus gets the switch back and Balbo isn't able to utilise it. He will have DRS for turn 9, but Balbo just about holding on to a brilliant 2nd place. Yasko's actually closed up a little bit. Like I said last lap that he wasn't actually gaining a bit of time. He's found the time now. He's in 4th position. Ryu is in a lonely 5th position, 5 and a bit seconds behind Yasko in 4th.
As I just realized, I forgot something crucial.
What was that?
The graphic of the pole position.
Oh no.
Could I?
Yeah, well, I mean, you could probably do it at the end of the race.
Nah, because then I have to do the race winner graphic.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
I know.
I suppose Tim's going to go quiet for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Oh, Ryu's had a massive slide coming out of turn 16 there. Nearly bins it into the wall. And understandably loses a bit of time. Now Balbo's pulled the pin on Marcus. He's now 2nd behind. And now he's out of DRS. So Balbo's pulled the pin. And Marcus is now potentially in a lonely P3 with Yasko hot on his heels. Sudsy Marmot is 5/10 behind. Bath Destroyer 4P7. We'll see if he's able to make that move sooner or later. Nikon's in 9th, Lit with 10th, Artem 11th. AFY has got a puncture. AFY's got another puncture.
Again?
And is reversing into the pit lane. And that I probably think is against the rules. So AFY's reversed into the pit lane. His tyre has completely delaminated and he's got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As Artem Lizov has crashed and AFY is completely out of the race altogether.
I can't blame AFI for doing it, but again, it probably would have been the excuse, so that might have been the reason why he also chose to.
Bulba's now got a time penalty. Bulba picks up his first time penalty of the race, as now Marcus has got back within DRS range. So AFY out of the race, and Artem spun for whatever reason. Sudsy, Moment, and Bath Destroyer slugging it out between each other. Of course, there is a yellow flag in Sector 3, as AFY's AI will stop in the middle of the pit lane. He describes this as utter poo, to keep it PG. Nexter gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, as Bottas continues to dominate at the front of the race. He's won every single race he's partook in this season, and is on for a third Grand Prix victory of Season 5.
Unless someone can stop him. I doubt it, because for some reason this game's to be honest, this game, the strategy has been rather boring, because most of the time it has been just been medium, hard, medium, and that's just the whole strategy of like 90% of the races this season.
And there was the big thing that, of course, that the tyre wear was awful at the start of the game. Bottas is a big moment coming into turn 6, as I say that. But
yeah, but recently that's also fixed.
Yeah, that got fixed. So we don't have the wacky tyre strategies that we could have had at the start of the season.
Realistically, we've mostly seen a one-stopper of medium hard or hard medium, I think, like every race for majority of people.
Yeah, Marcus has just finally got past Bobo. I'm going to struggle to keep this one PG, but AFY says, frick this fricking game, bro. I kept it PG. Don't be attacking me in the comments, or if people do comment. People don't comment, I check.
Why would you want to keep it PG? We're already...
Well, I don't want to go... I do say this in the biggest bit of irony that I've blown someone's eardrums out tonight. But I don't want to swear. I want to keep it as professional as possible. And I said that with inverted commas, as possible.
Fair enough.
This is a fun enough job. I try to be serious for 95% of it, though, as you probably heard earlier on tonight. I can't for most of the race. Anyway, Marcus had a massive moment coming out of turn 3, whether that was to get DRS on Bob, I'm not sure. It's a good strategy if that were the case. AFY has now gone on to Gran Turismo 7. Fair enough. Enough of the public apologies, though. Moving on to the last 10 laps of this race. Here comes Marcus and Bobo. Will he be able to make the move down the inside into turn 6? He's holding on that inside. Oh dear. Imagine goal bowling at the Glen in this league.
We probably would be like literally going bowling with the cars.
Here comes Yasko Kirill! Yasko gets past 2 people at once. And Yasko goes from 4th to 2nd in the space of a corner.
Now the big question is, he has like, what is it? About 7 laps, maybe 8. I don't know.
Go on about, well, if we did do goal bowling at the Glen, would it be the exact length for the NASCAR race, or would we do it in NASCARs?
What?
Would we do goal bowling at the Glen in F1 cars or NASCARs?
NASCARs, because then you can like actually go bowling at the Glen, you know?
Okay, fair enough.
Go bowling with the cars.
Would it be a stage race or an actually good NASCAR race with no stages?
Stages, because stage races are actually pretty
interesting enough.
To be I like this. I like the stage point. I like the stage race. I like the point system. I don't understand why people find the point system confusing.
I can understand why people find the playoffs confusing enough, but anyway, back to the race.
It's not. It's very simple, but Marcus close.
Yeah, and here comes Bulbo and Ryu. Yasko, I should say. Marcus is closing on Bulbo. Joe goes, tries to go to the inside, can't make the maneuver. Then Manders. I'm not PG at all. My little brother's watching with me. He's saying prick now. Well, I'm not in control of your little brother. I personally think that he should stop watching this and go and watch Cocomelon. I don't know what age he is, to be fair, but still. If you even have a little brother at all. Anyway. 2nd and 4th separated by around 6/10 of a second. Of course, Boba has picked up that 3-second time penalty earlier on in the Grand Prix, so he is down in 4th. Artem Lizov has pit, and there is a good chance Artem might get lapped in the later stages of this race. He's actually going to get lapped now. He will get lapped now.
And in the later stages, you mean the current stages?
Fair enough. Lap 23, sorry, of 29. Yasko is in second, Bulba third. And Marcus in fourth. Here comes Sendmanders back with another creative response. Will I come back with a creative reply? Probably not, because we're going to focus on the race until the end of this one. Tim, who's your bet for second position? Do you think Yasko will hold on?
I'd say... now I need to think.
He needs to think. The good news for you is that
Yes.
Michael Van Gerwen's winning his match.
Well, I don't care about it.
Well, I know you don't care, but he's Dutch, and a Dutch person is winning, so that's good enough
Don't
for you, I suppose.
care the slightest about that.
Fair enough. Patriotism has gone completely out the window there.
Yeah, I don't like darts with so much passion. I don't.
Bobo
care.
finds a route up the inside of Yaska, who did run wide at turn 9, but will be out of turn to hold on to the position. Now look how close Marcus is to the back of Bobo. Does he see a gap up the inside? No, he doesn't. Doesn't go for it. But still, this battle rages on. Coming towards the end of this one, though, Bottas well on the way for a third win so far this season. He picks up all the pieces and he absolutely dominates. This might just be his redemption season for the title. Yasko second will of course hold on to the championship lead in this race. Ryu down in 5th position. In a lonely 5th, it's fair to say. His teammate would currently be 4th via penalties. 6 laps to go.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Yellow flag, our BAF Destroyer has gone off at turn number 14. Hasn't brought out anything, but has lost an end plate of his front wing. And is spinning and is sliding. And then he pits. The BAF Destroyer, I'd say, goes on to soft until the end and maybe tries to set the fast lap. Fastest lap at this stage of the race is allegedly a 1 minute 2.892. It's not. The fast lap currently is 1 minute 25.440 set by Balbo early on in the race. I don't think it would be possible to get a sub or a 1 minute 2 lap time around this track.
I don't know.
Not anymore anyway. No, it wouldn't be possible in the old layout anyway. So. Jarno Altmer could do it though, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Barf's story does go into the softs. We'll see if his fastest lap attempt turns out in his favour. Of course, the pole point went to Bottas, and he is on for 26 points this weekend. Lap 25 of 29.
It looks to be Bottas away easily, unless he, like, I don't know, bins it. But he's not lit, but he's more consistent.
That is a violation of Litwood there, come on.
Realistically, how many times have we seen him bin the lead?
Once, in China, and he won the race.
Don't care.
Your logic is invalid. You should have put thought into that discussion before you put it up to me. You should have put more thought into that. You should be ashamed of yourself.
My point still stands. He did win it while comfortably leading.
Balbo still very close to the rear of Yasko. Of course, it doesn't matter squat if he doesn't get 3 seconds in front of him. It would be decent enough for him if he got past and maybe tried to get 3 seconds, but Yasko is defending like an absolute beaver, as Chris Kamara would say, or Line as a regular person would say. Yasko holds on. Long story. I'll not explain it live. Do you want me to? Okay. Well, I'll make this as short as I can. Yellow flag. We have Litwood. I suppose with Nikon and Sudsy Mom, but I will go back to my explanation here. On Soccer Saturday, which is Britain's way to get a prize pick penalty, which is Britain's way to get live football results at 3 o'clock when the 3 o'clock games happen. Chris Kamara was covering the North London Derby, and instead of saying like fighting like tigers or whatever, he instead described the game as the two sides fighting like beavers, to the great applause and the great laughter of the panel in the studio. It's a British pop culture thing.
I know who he is. Why?
Nikon's crashed. Nikon's around. Nikon's in the wall. Nikon isn't out of the race though.
What Nikon did.
No, that's not a good thing to do.
At least he can't like lose a position to BAF Destroyer that easily.
What's genuinely happened to Nikon this season?
I don't know. The skill issues. In the meantime, there's Balbo.
who finally gets past. But Yasko will have the switchback, and Yasko should have the better line. He will have DRS, of course, and he'll have a little bit of overtake to use as well. We'll go to the outside, and should get that move done before turn number 9. He does, but Balbo fights back. Balbo sends it right up the inside. Thoughts on the Riley Ave AR2 from LMP3, I should say. Don't mess that up. I don't know why I see the similarity with the Oscar Mayer mobile. It's probably the cockpit. The Oscar Mayer mobile. It's like an American hot dog thing. The cockpit looks really similar to the front of the Oscar Mayer mobile. Like the massive hot dog thing. I'll send that in chat. Cool car. I like the look of it. I'm not sure how it's performed, but with a look like that, it should perform well.
I don't know what you're on about, but I do agree.
Fair enough. Marcus is now nearly out of the battle for, of course, P2 on track. Of course, Balbo might even finish below his teammate as it stands, so he might just want to pack it in and finish in 4th. You'd like to think.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, it was a terrible car. Okay, fair enough. At least it looks decent enough. Okay.
It looks shit. It looks like if you try to... It looks like a garage built LMP2 car.
Fair enough. It's mainly the nose. It's mainly like the front, the whole front of the car looks a bit weird.
It just looks like a soapbox LMP2 car.
The Red Bull soapbox race, that is actually great entertainment.
I know.
Sudsy Marmot. Wait, no, hold on. I'd like to make an announcement here, because this commentary has essentially been like the graveyard shift at Le Mans, which means we need to make up our own song within the next 2 laps.
No.
Aww.
We'll do it when... I don't know, we should do an endurance race here.
Should do it in a T2 race if it's half points and it's just extremely boring.
Yeah, we'll come back on that. So watch every T2 race for the chance to hear us come up with a dumb song.
Yeah. Oh, Yasko and Balbo have come together. Yasko's around and Marcus goes into the back of him. And Ryu just narrowly avoids him. Exceeds telling me to sing Cha 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 again. I did that once. Will I do it again? Maybe sometime. Tim didn't get to hear that. He got to listen to it, but he didn't get to hear it live, I don't think.
Yeah.
So Yasko now down to 5th position due to a very reckless incident between him and Balbo. And now Balbo will be finishing on the podium unless Ryu gains a little bit of time. But as it stands, no one, and I mean no one, can top the Finnish man of dreams, the Finnish legend himself, Bottas.
We've got a Norwegian who's currently on course to be P2.
Yeah.
Who's
after winning in
T2.
Yeah. Great result for him, I have to say, but the white flag is shown. It's not sponsored by Credit One Bank, it is instead sponsored by JL. We're on to the final lap here of the T1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What a race it has been. Out of 10, Tim, what do you think?
Good. Just good. Very good.
Very good, very nice.
And also just a very good drive from Bottas.
Very good, indeed. Balbo is actually pulling the pin now.
Imagine if he didn't fall down because he's AI. How dominant would it then have been and how much how boring?
I think it would have been the exact same race we had in the first half.
I don't know. I'd heavily doubt it because I think he would then just get.
Well, to be fair, he did have a great start. He did have a great start, and then he went into AI. But that is all behind him, and that is all in the past as he comes in towards the final sector. It's been an utterly brilliant redemption season so far, after missing out so many times in Season 4, and of course in that dramatic season finale back in Season 3. He was on 51 points. He's going to be on 76 after this one. And for the third...
I swear I just saw him almost bin it.
But for the third time this season, and after emulating his performances in Australia and China, for the third time this season, it is Bottas in Abu Dhabi.
And
He slides
bends
across
it.
the line.
I almost bends it across the line.
Bobo will finish the race in second on track. But Marcus, after winning in T2, finishes second in T1. Congratulations to him. Ryu will be fourth for Pemex. Yasko comes home in fifth. And that is not the race he wanted at all. His championship lead is reduced down to 4 points as it stands. Nexa will be sixth.
And
There's a spun. That's is Bath Destroyer.
Van Destroy just bends it right before the end of the
Why? Bath Destroyer comes up to the line. Bath Destroyer crashes across the line. Nexo's sixth. Lit with seventh. Sudsy Mama goes into the back of Bath Destroyer as Artem finishes the race in 11th. Nikon will come home in 9th. His dreadful season continues. 8th, 5th, 10th, and now 9th.
He just gets a bit of points in, but that's about it.
Yeah, he just disappears after that. So Nikon rounds off the field in 9th position, but what a race that was. No more public apologies. The post-race interviews are coming up next, but for now, enjoy the podium. Bottas back on top of the Next Gen by JL World. He wins yet again his 3rd win of Season 5.
Absolutely mental drive there from him. And the game gets Marcus Driver of the Day, and I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's definitely fair. I don't think we need to hold a vote for that at all. But here they are on the podium. Bottas has done a backflip and has landed like he's a Terminator in the original films. He used to bring out the finish. T1 and T2. But Bottas used to bring out a finish flag, and now he does a backflip and lands like Robert Patrick in Terminator 2. Final race order. Bottas has apparently won by 41 seconds. That's not the case whatsoever. He won by 10 or 11 seconds. But after 44 minutes, 28 seconds, and 7/10 of a second, Bottas wins his 3rd race of the season. Marcus in 2nd, Balbo in 3rd. Ryu comes home in 4th position for Pemex, with Yasko in 5th. Nexo 6th, Lit was 7th, Sudsy, Marmot, Nikon, and Bath Destroyer round out the top 10. Artem was our last classified finisher in 11th. Both Bath Destroyer and Artem finishing 1 lap down. AFY was our only DNF off the race. What a brilliant Grand Prix that was, Tim.
Yeah, certainly has been. Why does the game literally says 41 It doesn't make sense.
Nothing makes sense, and also it says the fast stop was a 1 minute 2.892. We are going to leave the race commentary chat. We are going to instead head to public chat, where the post-race interviews are going to come up next.
I'm still confused. Game, why did you do this to me? Anyway, like he said, where's my dad? Public chat we go.
Biggie, biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. Juan. What the hell is Juan? Is that like Japanese or something? Anyway, welcome back. My throat's very sore. I've been tortured for the last 5 minutes by soundboards.
No.
However, we are
never.
here in live for the post-race interviews, and we're going to start right off here with Ryu Zappi. Ryu, you were the part of the torturing, so my esteem for you has gone down slightly. However,
sorry.
what the hell happened?
Well, I got spun,
Yeah.
and then I got put into the midfield, which was very scary.
Are you happy
I-
with fourth, though, in the end?
Yeah, I know I could have done better, but with the cards I was dealt, definitely did the best I could.
Championship-wise, you've gained 2 points on Yasko, but Bottas is also back in the title fight. It's getting very interesting, isn't it?
I mean, it's whatever, since Monza will be my last race that I know for sure I'll be able to attend, so, because school is starting up soon again.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I won't be free during this time every Friday.
Are you
So,
happy
yeah.
with what you've accomplished, though, with Pemex this season?
Yeah, so far, yeah, I am, and I'm looking at a replacement, so, for me.
Okay, that's good. Well, thank you very much, Ryu. Spain next week, if it's still if it's not patched, if it is patched, sorry. What are you thinking about that?
We'll see, I might be at the airport by then.
Okay, fair enough.
Alrighty. But
Thank you
honestly,
very
I
much,
think, yeah, I have hopes in Balbo.
Mm-hmm. He's been brilliant, so I don't
Yeah,
think you
he
have
has
to
been.
worry.
Nah.
Thank you very much, Ryu, and we'll talk to you very soon. Boss has to reveal yourself.
Hello.
Congratulations, yet another win. Boss has dominance might. Boar fans said no one ever. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look, you obviously took those 2 races off to be at your cottage and have like a little bit of reserving time and just to refocus the head. You've come back here, you had a traumatizing enough start to the race, obviously, with the AI disconnecting. But to win by the extent that you did, and not by 41 seconds, it was absolutely incredible. Do you think that this is finally your year to win the title? Your season, I should say.
I mean, I hope so, but again, my luck from last season hasn't come up yet, so hopefully it won't. If that comes up, then pretty much anything can happen.
So if my maths are right, you're 4 points behind Yask at the moment without penalties being applied, yes. Looking at that title battle, has Yasko been one of your most fearsome adversaries in any league you've ever been in?
Yeah, probably up there. Probably up there in the top 2, I'd say.
Who's in the other top 2 then? Who's the other guy?
There's someone from a German league called Raxi who's like top 100 in every single time trial.
Okay, fair enough. Well, looking at the calendar, Spain next weekend, next Friday night, if it obviously has been patched. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if we're
it's
going
not
to move
been, it's
that.
not been patched yet.
Yeah, I don't think it has been patched.
I
Hasn't.
just tried it fucking 10 seconds ago, and yeah.
Yeah, so obviously that race might get replaced. If it's not Spain, where would you ideally like it to be?
I mean, I'm fine with anything. I mean, hopefully Monaco.
Yeah, I'd like that. That'd be fun. Maybe we'll get onto that.
One person will finish.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Bottas. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you.
I should say enjoy the rest of his day. Enjoy the start of his day because it's now midnight in Finland. So.
True.
Anyway, Tim, we'll wrap it up. That was fun.
It was fun indeed.
Fun and overly traumatizing. Hopefully next week we'll have grid
I
walk.
don't know what you're on about. What's traumatizing?
Well, I felt that I was kind of hard done by
I
before
don't
we
know.
started this. Like my eardrums kind of happened to what other people happened.
Seems like a
But
skill
in the
issue.
sense that was an absolutely brilliant race, and I really enjoyed that.
Certainly, same goes for me.
So, Tim, if we had to just look at the championship now, it's Yasko v Bottas. We know that for sure. But who's going to take it? As we're a third of the way through the season now.
I'd say it'd be Bottas. But
Okay,
I don't think
fine.
he'll win constructors. Like it will just be a switch. That's my prediction. Now,
Right, thank you very
Rosberg
much,
won't win
Tim.
it and Bottas won't
Thanks
win
for-
constructors.
Thank you very much, Tim, for being with me for the opening third of the season. What a Grand Prix that was this evening in Abu Dhabi. Bottas bouncing back after missing the last 2 races. He's won every 3 races he's participated in this season. He's been utterly brilliant, and he's now 4 points as it stands behind championship leader Yasko in the title race. A third of the way through the season, 10 to go, and it is certainly all to play for. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Friday night. Good night to you all.
Good night.